friends. Okay? There's this amazing verse on unity that Jesus spoke about it many times, but the two portions I'm going to just dwell on tonight. I just want you to just embrace this, meditate on it, think about it through 2016. Okay? Matthew chapter 12 and verse 25 and verse 30, it reads something like this, precisely like this. It says, Jesus knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. And every city or house, can you tell your neighbor, house? Okay. Every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathers not with me scatters abroad. All right? And John 17 is one chapter that never fails to wreck me when I read it. I don't know how many of you in this room, if you read John 17, it's one of those portions in Scripture that you will probably not hear preached in church much. But it's one of those chapters that never fail to make me cry when I read it. Because I believe in that chapter, the Lord's heart is revealed in an incredible way. He prays for unity in that chapter in such a unique way. And he says, I do not pray for these alone, but also for those who will believe in me through their word, that they may all be one as you, Father, are in me, and I in you, that they may be one in us. And here's the last line that gets me. That the world may believe that you sent me. That the world may believe that you sent me. Now, I can guarantee you this. Before I show you this verse, if I would ask you the question, how will the world know? How will the world believe that Jesus was sent by the Father? I can guarantee I would get a whole bunch of answers in this room. There wouldn't be bad answers, good answers, I'm sure. But very few people would actually see or probably refer to this verse right here. And let me just make this very clear, all right? Just right off. I don't think events like this are going to tell the world that Jesus has been sent by the Father. But I'll tell you what, unity that looks like something, authentic unity, authentic love, is something the world is looking for. You don't need me to tell you that. You can just look at the newspaper headlines. All right? So we have a world out there that's looking for love, and they're looking for unity, and they're looking at the church. And my question to you, the question I ask myself every day is, what are they seeing when they're looking at the church? Do they see unity? Do they see love? He made it very clear in this prayer. He's revealed it. He's made it crystal clear. How will the world know that Jesus was sent by the Father? It's only through our love and our unity. So, me and a bunch of crazy friends, who are actually crazier than me, we came up with this dream to make the Lord's dream our dream, the Lord's cry our cry, the Lord's prayer our prayer. And with every ounce of our energy, with every breath, we're going to do everything we can to help the world see, who He really is. If we represent Him well, I can guarantee they will not resist Him. The question is, how are we presenting Him? We can preach the best messages. And trust me, they can YouTube the best messages too. Yeah? But the question is, what are they seeing? What are they seeing in us throughout the rest of the week, through the year, day in and day out? That's what this is all about. All right, so decided that we're going to do everything we can in our power. We decided that we're going to be very strategic about organizing periodic events, either related to marriage or leadership, charity worship events. And if I can ask you very bluntly, would you invite a friend from college or a friend from your workplace, a colleague, anybody? Would you invite that person for a service or for a prayer meeting maybe? 50-50? Yes? Can I see a yes? Okay, when's the last time you did that? Today? Awesome. You did it today. Okay, awesome. Would you do it otherwise for a normal evening, just for a normal prayer meeting, for a normal service? When's the last time you did that? In the last 6 months? In the last 1 year? Once? Twice? Few couple of times? Okay. My question to you is, we have a world out there who are asking questions about marriage. Alright, they're asking questions about what they're reading in the headlines. We have people out there whose businesses are crashing. We have people out there who are asking, okay, how can I make my home work? How can I make my business work? My question to you is, who has the answers to those questions? And what are we doing with that? My question to you is, if we would invite people to a place where they can hear and get answers that are relevant to what they're going through, how would their response be? What would their response be? Just food for thought. Just food for thought. Alright, so I just want to state very clearly that a couple of us in this room, we have paid the price to make this happen. I'm going to be very, very blunt and very open and clear about that. We did a leadership conference back in September. How many of you attended that? Okay, awesome. Alright. Don't worry, the rest of you missed out. You can catch it online. It's on YouTube. But we did this leadership event in September, and it was awesome. We're still hearing testimonies about that. Okay, but I just want to make clear that it cost us something. It cost my wife something. It cost me something. It cost a whole bunch of people, a small bunch of people in this, some of more who are in this room. It cost us something. But you know what? It was totally, totally worth it. I have lost count of the number of times my wife and I, we have emptied the bank to see stuff like this happen. And we'll do it over and over again. You know why? Because fire only falls on sacrifice. You want to see the fire of God in your life? You want to see the fire of God in your home, in your marriage? It only falls on sacrifice. She knows it. I know that. Alright? Question is, how many of you are willing to pay that price? We have committed, we're going to do this, okay, regardless of what it costs us. We're not in this for anything else. We've seen a lot of marriages fail and break. Some of whom are in the city right now, friends. I wish sometimes that we could turn back the hands of time and do certain things for certain people, certain friends.